name is Raven.
I'm Cassandra.
I'm Yvonne.
And this is Rather Complex. See, I did it right. I did it right.
Always do this.
We're gonna get it together one day. We're gonna get it together, just not today. But today is our 4th episode. You guys have been watching and we're really appreciative. We've also been getting some follows on like Instagram and our social media. So thank you everybody for supporting us. Just make sure you keep on liking, commenting, like engaging with it so that way you can get like more traction and like more people can like view it and see it. But how are you guys feeling today?
I'm tired.
You know what? Crazy enough, I feel well rested.
I was tired this morning, but now I do feel like pretty refreshed. Like I don't feel as tired. Like after this, you know, I don't know, like take on the day, like do something. You know?
Wow.
Well, no.
You have stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like you last episode. Like exhausted.
Yeah, because I don't know, like we record really early in the morning, just to like accommodate all of our schedules. And so yeah, it's super early when we're recording. That's also why we're like tired sometimes. But we're here and we're thankful. So we're just gonna hop right into topics. So the first topic is Love is Blind. Did you watch the reunion?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't finish it, but I got through pretty much a good portion of it, but I wanted to talk about the altar episode where they're supposed to get married, and I wanted to start off with AD and Clay. I was so hurt because I really thought that he was gonna say yes, and it was like him saying no was like, I don't know, I just felt blindsided.
What was the reason though?
He felt like he wasn't ready, but it's like, you're in an experiment to get married, so.
Well, you should know that prior to going into this, the whole you going to get to the altar thing, you should know that you're not ready or not. Why waste somebody's time?
That's what you're saying, but I feel like he felt like he was getting his own way. Like I watched the reunion part, and even though Clay was not ready to get married, like I always said, I do think that he wanted to be a better person. And when I watched the reunion last night, and he was talking about how like he made a mistake and like he does regret doing it, but he's trying to be better. Like I felt like it was very sincere. Did you feel like he was sincere when he was saying that?
I feel like at the reunion, I feel like he may have been a little bit sincere, but still, it just doesn't. Like, we can't ignore the fact that he came on a show where you're supposed to, the outcome is you getting married, and then you say that you say no, and the reasoning is because you don't think you're ready for marriage. So if you were such a supernova, if you already knew what type of time he was on, why would you come on the show and waste this girl's time? That's what you did. You played in her face. You embarrassed her, and for that, Clay, we don't fuck with you, bro. I don't fuck with you. Basura. So that's just how I feel. Shout outs to you though for going to therapy. You need it. No shade. But like you need it. You really sat there. But then also AD too. Like AD, he was telling you. So I don't know. But she said she don't chase red flags anymore. Good for you, sis. Good for you.
Yeah. I feel like because they asked, oh, like, would you date him again? And she was like, no. But I feel like part of her wanted to be like, I feel like there is still a part of her that would be like, I would be open to it, but I think she's just so hurt by it. And I agree. I feel like some people, once they make a mistake, they want to like double back. And it's like, cool, like you've grown or whatever, but it's like the chance is gone. And like, I really personally don't agree with giving people like multiple chances anymore. I feel like people know what they be doing, and so it's like me allowing you to get access back to me in that way. It's like I don't really feel like you've learned, especially in the time being like it's only been like a year for them.
Yeah.
So it hasn't even been that long. Maybe further down the line, you know, as he grows and completely heals, and you know she evolves, like maybe they could come back together. But like as of right now, I don't think it would be like a good idea for them to start dating again. Personally, but
yeah, I definitely think AD should just let that man heal. Period. That's really pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe people should be exactly who they are, and he did. And he was pretty transparent with her, I'm not gonna lie. So.
Yeah, he did talk. But speaking about healing, I also wanted to talk about the scene between his mom and his dad, because I thought that was a really insightful conversation, and I thought it was, I don't know, I thought that was probably the best part of that whole situation, because I think Clay's mom personally, I think she's so like real and honest, and like she's also very assertive in a way that's not like to like make you feel bad, but just let you know like this is what's up. Like she doesn't really take a lot of BS. And so just having that conversation with his dad and letting him know like you're part of the reason as to why he feels like this, and instead of making excuses, apologize. And even in that moment, he still made an excuse, and it just shows like how some people have a hard time facing their own reality and taking accountability. Like you don't have to make an excuse for everything. Just apologize and move forward doing differently. But I felt like that whole conversation between them two was just, I just love to see that.
And I feel like she was also like a victim as well, because the fact that she was telling him like, I found out things that I didn't even know. I'm like, bro, imagine if I didn't know something and it's broadcasted to the world. I'm like, that shit like, I saw somebody post something like, oh, like this season has just like really shown how trash men can be. And I'm like, yeah, honestly, like they all came on this show and was just playing in these girls' faces. And it's really sad to see, but to the couple that did make it, congratulations to them.
They're still together, Amy and Johnny.
And I love them. I feel like they definitely balance each other out.
What was I gonna say? Oh, to the topic of healing, I realized, you know, like I feel like as you get older, you have like self-reflective moments, and I realized based off like something that I had went through this week that I have a really hard time forgiving people. Like forgiveness is really hard, and even though I think that I've forgiven somebody, I really don't. And they always say like, "Oh, forgiveness is for you; it's not for the other person," which is true. But like, I have a really hard time forgiving people, and I think that it's affected me more than I've actually like realized, especially like when it comes to like men. I'm about to get all like deep in my life for no reason. But like I was like, I think the reason why I do have certain trust issues with men is because of the relationship with my father, and it just I related to Clay in that sense of like the relationship that you do have with your parents does affect your relationships that you have with like your partner and people that you're dating, and sometimes it is hard to like have that moment of like, you know, sometimes it might be you. Like sometimes it might be you, and that is okay. You just have to like recognize it and then like move forward trying to do better. Like nobody's perfect, but at least you're like taking the steps and moving forward. So I wanted to ask y'all, what is something that you realize that you personally are having an issue with that you need to like work on? That you feel like sharing? Because we heal over here. We're a healing bunch of people. We're not bitter. And I realized I was like, I'm a little bitter and I'm a little angry, but I don't want to be. I want to be better, you know.
So you see how you said for you it's like forgiving people, like it's hard for you to forgive.
I feel like
So
I forgive easily.
That's the thing for me too. I feel like I forgive. Somebody can do something to me multiple times, and I will forgive them multiple times, and it's like I won't learn until it's like something like drastic, and it's kind of like, okay, I've seen the things they were putting me through before, but I can't forgive them. I think that's what it is for me.
And do you feel like that's related to like either your relationship with like your parents or like your family, or like where do you think that comes from?
I don't think it has anything to do with my relationship to my parents. I think it has everything to do with my parents' relationship. So me watching them grow up and seeing, you know, one forgive the other multiple times, that's kind of why I learned it from. So that kind of stayed with me.
I don't know. I feel like there's times where I reflect on like a situation and then like I have like this realization that I'm low key like giving like you said, like, okay, I'm in the wrong, you know, like I can do better. I don't know, like I feel like there's a lot of aspects in my life that kinda I can say that like kind of my mom influence that's like affects me now, uh, and like trying to unlearn certain things that I saw her do that's like I don't think is like healthy or I don't think is like the right thing to do or like how she speaks sometimes or how you treat people. Because I'm a very soft person. Like everybody knows that my mom screams it to the freaking world. I'm soft, but my mom, on the other hand, is really hard, and that part can come out, and I do not like it. Um, but I feel like that's like how do you say like my defense mode. Like when I'm in defense mode, and anything could like really trigger her, just because of like I don't want to get too deep into it, but like the relationship.
Yeah.
But when I'm in defense mode, like I kind of mirror her. I'm not gonna lie, and it's like I don't like it, and I definitely try to like calm down, and that's why like when I get upset, for the most part, I like need my time. I need my space to like really think and reflect. But I don't know. I feel like also as someone who's just been like someone who's always forgiving, I'm tired. I'm tired of people, bro. I'm exhausted. So it's also like it's the opposite for me. Like you said, you don't want to be bitter. I want to be bitter. I want to tell you, fuck you, get out of my face, leave me the fuck alone. And that's low key been my mood lately, and I actually fuck with it a lot.
But do you feel like it's affecting you more than it's affecting the person? Because I feel like the reason I be having those moments too, where it's like, oh, I don't want to care, but I feel like though me being like that is affecting me more than it's affecting the person of whoever I'm like having that energy towards. It's like they going about their life, like they don't care, like they living, and you over here like just being like angry or like being upset. So
no, that's the thing though. I don't be tight.
Just get off your chest.
Yeah, I just one thing I'm in like, and that's one thing I will do. I'm very respectful, and people try me often, and I don't let them get away. I give you a warning, like chill out. But I had to start doing that. Like I had to become someone that I wasn't because I was tired of people. I was tired of just forgiving and it just keep happening over and over again. So it's just like I started setting these boundaries with people. If you cannot follow my boundaries, then I'm sorry. Like, because I feel like my boundaries have been crossed a lot. Even recently, like.
Do you think like setting boundaries? Because I think sometimes people are like, oh, I forgive the person, so I have to give them like access back to me. But I think there's a way to like set boundaries and like not have to engage with people. And it's not like you said, like there's no like bitterness or anger towards it. It's just like, this is my boundary, I'm not crossing it. And there's no hard feelings. It's just like, I just don't want to engage with you anymore in that way. But people can't like understand that just because you have that boundary, it doesn't mean like we have a problem.
I mean, I feel like that's a lot of situations with a lot of people that I was like cool with, or I was like, we kind of like fell out. Like if I just abruptly stop talking to you, there's really no beef. I just cannot handle you. I'm sorry. There are people who would like trauma dump on me. My life is crumbling.
Your whole life
crumbling, bro. And you come in here and telling me about your baby father. I don't. Like, girl.
Do you think that people, I agree with that. I think a lot of people like bring their issues to people, and I feel like we should start normalizing asking for permission.
Ask, bro.
And just be like, hey, are you in a space to take what I'm about to say? Because some people will just like call you up and be like, this is what's going on. And don't get me wrong, like I'm a person that loves to be there for people, but like she said, like if I'm going through my own thing, you now telling me is now putting extra weight on me, because that transfer of like energy and pain and trauma is very real. So like I just want us to start normalizing like, hey, and even as a person, like if I call you, like how are you feeling? Can I vent to you? Like can I vent? And then like
it's like I feel like that's so normal though. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just us. Like it's like how are you? This is happening. Okay. How am I? This is happening. Okay. But if your thing is a little bit more urgent, maybe we'll just focus on that a little bit more. If mine is a little bit more urgent, like, or
Right.
we still go back and check up on it. But like people don't do that, and you can see
self-awareness. Like even if like there's moments where I'm really going in and I'm like venting, like I'll have the moment like I know that was a lot, y'all. Like you know,
like oh no, get it off your chest.
Yeah,
like sometimes you just need to get it off your chest. Like I remember I called you screaming. Like literally just called her, had a whole breakdown. It was like I gotta go.
So like I understood, and like she just needed that moment, and I was there to like do it. And I feel like you just have to have those type of like relationships with people. But a lot of people don't. Like we have a certain relationship. Some people will just call you up just to vent and then never check in on you again.
Okay,
and it's like,
and I'm quick.
And I want to say something. This is some. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'm quick, and I'm quick to be like. First of all, hi.
hello.
They calm down.
Okay. Second, I can't deal with this right now, so I'm going through my own thing. So
You gotta say it.
My thing right now that's really stressing me out is like, alright, y'all know I don't mind making new friends. No
new friends.
Sorry. But like, what kills me is how like you could just meet someone and they will do the same exact thing, like they will trauma dump or they will only tell you like their drama, and I just feel like that makes me so uncomfortable, bro. And then it also people don't realize that deflects my opinion of you, because if you just come to me with nothing but drama, I don't even get to know you as a person. I just know your drama. I'm someone who bring me peace, and I need that from everybody in my life, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you cannot do that in any aspect, I don't want you in my life. But if it's always drama, it gives me anxiety. Like, I don't know. So that's another thing. Sometimes when you meet someone, calm down. Don't tell them everything.
Right. I mean, sometimes I do like to get rid of, to be honest. But off the first time me meeting you, you just gonna throw everything on me like that. It's kind of like,
bro, it
relax.
happens all the time.
Like,
it happens
calm down.
often. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of that. I'm like, bro, I just met you.
That happened to me every time I get a new job. It's always that one. And it's like, so this is what I'm going through. I'm like,
maybe we just have very like inviting energies. Like I feel like sometimes people like they have like just certain lights and auras about them where people like gravitate. And I think sometimes like it's hard for me to tell people like no. Like I was telling everyone like that thing from the Cat Williams video, and he was like, sometimes you just gotta tell them no. Like that's my mantra right now. Like sometimes you just have to tell people no. Sometimes you just have to be like, not today. And it's not personal, it's nothing against you. It's just like we have to start being like community, I think is so important. And we have to be there for each other. The whole main character is just about me and everybody else is just here. I hate that. Like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be. We're here for each other, we care for each other. Like just like you go through things, I go through things. And it's like, people don't really understand that, but, and it's,
you know, and that also tie in with the whole people who feel like, what's the word for it? Basically like, yes, thank you, like they're entitled to you in your time.
Mm-hmm. I have a lot of people who feel like that with me, and that's why, honestly, that is why my phone stays on D&D. That's why my phone is always on silent. People be like, you didn't hear your phone? No. My phone is literally always on silent. And people be pissed because my mom be like, someone could be dying, bro.
I do feel bad in that aspect when I put my phone in do not disturb because something could really be wrong. But then also at the same time, I just don't want to be bothered right now. And I don't want to, like, if I'm not in the mood and I still try to engage with somebody, it's going to come off. So let me just not associate right now.
That either.
And like,
you could be not in the mood too. They won't ask, but then they'll be like, you're moving funny. What?
Yo,
I'm having a bad day, bro. I'm having a bad day.
First of all, that happened to me. Somebody from a previous job of mine, they were like, oh, I haven't heard from you in this, that, and the third. No, like how long, whatever. And they were like, yeah, you're moving funny, all this, that, and that. I'm like, maybe you can start by asking how I was doing. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, when I don't hear from people, I don't ever think that they're being funny. I always be like, hey, are you okay?
Just check in.
Oh, shit, I haven't heard from this person in my long. Let me check in on them.
And they felt like, oh, I said, well, I mean, for one, you're not I'm not moving funny. I was going through something you could ask.
Mhm.
Not only that, even if I didn't want to speak to you, you are not entitled to hit you up or give you my time. They were like, as a friend, I am entitled to your time. I'm like, right there. I said,
You see, that's why I became so to
good, bro.
myself. I can't do it. Like, people genuinely scare me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there have been people that I met last year that I really do, like, I'm not gonna lie. But after them, I can't no more. I think people just do too much.
Yeah.
So just be considerate of others, and I guess you guys have a moment, where you felt like people were not as, they didn't care. Maybe I want to hear your stories, so you should comment them down below.
Let's hear.
Let us
Because
know.
people do be bugging out, bro. I have stories for days. This last year was a year for me, bro. Was top tier. It was a great year,
but it was also, I thought it was a lot.
Whoa.
Yeah, comment down below and let us know your stories because we definitely want to hear them. I wanted to get into the next topic, which was am I invisible? And what I mean by that is I had a situation where I was going to work, and at my job you have key fobs, so you have to buzz to get in the door. But the way that the door is, it opens out. And so a lady was standing there waiting, she was trying to get her key fob, but she couldn't get it. I had mine in my hand, so I buzzed, and I just opened the door politely because it's she was standing there. I opened the door, she looks, she walks in, doesn't say thank you.
I have an issue with that. I have an issue with that.
She goes in, she doesn't say anything. So I'm I know I opened the door. I know, I'm okay, whatever, cool. So we go in, we're both waiting. This other guy comes in and he stands in front of me. Now the elevator is kind of small, it's not a lot of room. We all three get in the elevator. The guy is literally on me. And there's space. There's literally space in front of him. So I'm looking and then I'm am I invisible?
Okay.
Do people not see me?
First and foremost, let us first establish their race. I want to assume.
Yes.
They
were white
okay.
people, and that was another thing that had me in my mental a little bit, because I'm I never like to bring it there, but you gotta bring it there sometimes. But I'm okay, what is going on here? Because I'm I know I'm not invisible. I know y'all see me, and I know I never want to be confrontational, and I feel sometimes when you speak up for yourself, people take it as that. But I'm I know I'm not invisible. I know she saw me open the door. She walked in and she could have said thank you. I know he see me and still me behind him because he's literally barely squishing me. I'm I know they see me, and it's
I would have coughed.
But it made me pose the question of I know I'm not invisible, but in certain situations, people will literally act like you're not there. And I'm it's crazy to me because I would never be like that with people, but it's there are certain situations where you just gotta ask yourself questions am I invisible? Do people not see me? Or am I invisible in the sense of I'm a black person, so you don't see me because of that?
You know what I started doing? Because I would walk around being mad confrontational. I started convincing myself, they just don't have manners. They don't know how to say excuse me. No, they're not trying to be rude on purpose, guys. They just don't know. And also remember this, yesterday, the best example I could show you is when I literally let a lady go in before me on the train, and she literally was still mad. She was mad. She got upset that I said, you can go in. I don't know, maybe it was my face, I don't know, but this lady took a huge breath. She was black. But she took the biggest, she was holding in her containment. I'm
okay, bitch, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna drag you back and I'm going.
No, but you know what it is? What made me realize, what that made me realize, it was just confirmation that people really just be having badass fucking days. People go through, because I don't know her, but she had a whole attitude for no reason.
It's alright, now
That had nothing to do with me.
Now you're gonna have more of an attitude. Now
I just laughed it off. I was you know, guys,
yeah, I feel you gotta laugh it off sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I have to get that.
Sometimes you gotta choose the attitude, and I feel I don't want to because I feel sometimes I try not to let things bother me, but I do fester on things a lot. So I don't like to get into stuff because then the whole day I'm gonna be mad. why she didn't say thank you. So sometimes I do have to just let things go, but it also just makes me think like,
You can't have people playing your face.
Yeah.
and then there's that.
Like-
And it's like, do
But
I
then
let people
also
play with me?
with the environment that you work in, you can get labeled as like.
And that was also a thing. I didn't
So
want to.
that's why it's
like,
always you gotta
know.
like calm down. You see when it comes to stuff like that, I like to hit them, inconspicuous. Like they don't even know what I'm doing. I probably send an email out or something.
You are good for that.
HR. I would HR you to death. Do not play with me.
But no, going back to that whole, she did not say thank you. I would have been like, you're welcome.
I should
You're
have said
welcome.
that, right? I
Yeah,
feel
I
like,
like that. I
welcome.
would have definitely been like, oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Good morning. Such a nice day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no
should
stuff
have
like
that.
that. Like
I think sometimes I just be so appalled. Like I just be so
it just
like,
be baffling, like.
yeah, like
Or it's just like it kind of just sets the tone for like the day. Like I know when I get irritated and I feel like I didn't even get in the building yet. It just be like, damn, they already pissed me off.
I'm like, bro, I didn't even clock in yet. I didn't even punch in. Like I'm just
Imagine.
walking in the building. But I just thought that was funny because I feel like I have multiple moments where I literally have to ask myself like, what is going on?
When you,
I be feeling like I'm in
camera
a
zoom
twilight. Yeah, I feel
like The Office.
like
Or
what is
Abbott.
going on? Like, am I bugging right now? Like, does other people see this or like?
Where are the cameras?
Is it just me? Like, I just thought that was like.
I'm playing the guy.
Well, first of all, you're not invisible. I'm sorry.
Sure not.
I know, you see me. You know what it made me think? You ever saw the Medea play? And when the guy walked past, but he didn't say nothing, and she was like, "You see me?" And she was like, "Yeah, I see you. You see me?" And she was like, "Yeah, we both here looking like two big Barbies." Like that's literally how I felt. Like I know y'all see me. Like I know I'm not invisible.
Nah, real talk though, the guy in the elevator. First of all, I be getting anxiety when he's a little too close to me. So it's kind of like,
I should have pushed.
excuse me. Like, excuse me.
Like,
I gotta move them up a little bit.
I know, I gotta start working on my like reactions because I feel like sometimes I just be so appalled in the moment where I'm just like, it takes me a long time to react, and then it's not until like I'm out of it, like 5 minutes later, where I'm like, I should have did something, but in the moment I just be so shocked, like.
You gotta stop reacting like me for something.
Yo,
You can literally do that. You can all be like,
mad OD.
that's so. Yo, like move.
Well, you
Like,
say something crazy, well, I guess I'm not here then. Well, damn. All this space in the elevator. And you gonna stand right here?
yo.
I be making it
But I feel like
You gonna make me
no,
uncomfortable? I'm gonna make you uncomfortable.
Hell
I
yeah.
gotta you stand right here.
I gotta say it.
Like, gonna be the movies at the time place. And I wanted the attention.
Yo, they looked at me going so hard. Like,
Oh
yo, all they has turned. I said,
I'm like, damn, I gotta be clear my phone. Like,
yeah. No.
he was like, yes.
You've been ignoring me. Like,
Yeah,
come
facts.
on. Like, what else? If I'm nice about it, then you just don't like see me. But if I like put some bass in it, now I got your attention. So like,
Okay.
don't be mad that I did it that way because like, you know. But I thought that was funny. I wanted to. I'm gonna skip some topics a little bit. Or actually, do you still want to talk about this Diddy thing? Because I really don't know.
I want to talk about Diddy.
Okay, go ahead. Go on.
Puff.
I don't know.
he gave.
Not
Diddy, Sean Combs,
He's
Mr.
love.
gay.
Diddy Love
Apparently.
Combs, Mr. Love. Bro, what is?
Well, he would be bi.
Honestly, I've
You right,
been
you
I've been had a nasty feeling about Diddy. We all know about Diddy, but like the allegations is
Boy,
crazy.
this is
First
new.
of all, let's say all the names. Wait,
This
hold
is
on.
New.
Hold on. The allegations are just crazy. First of all, Meek Mills.
Can I? Before we get
Hold on.
into it,
Raven don't like Meek Mill. She don't like and then he posted something so stupid yesterday. Cause I don't hate Meek, but he posted something so stupid yesterday. He was like, can y'all ask AI why black people keep killing each other? Whole time this nigga, like 3 days ago, was just threatening to kill academics.
Yo, what is wrong with him? Like, what's really going?
And then also, that's what your career is. All you talk about is Meek, sit out of stuff. And why are we asking AI? We need to ask each other.
Like-
we need to ask AI.
I
Nigga,
think people just
take a seat. Worry about your trial that's coming up because you in it and you get it.
I want to say this though before we start going into like the logistics of it. This is what I would say I did not like that people were doing. Diddy is doing some grimy stuff. I don't know the whole context, but he is doing some slimy stuff. But I did not like how people were like, let's say Meek Mill is bi, or whatever, P. Diddy, Puff, whatever is bi. I don't like how people like attack them. Like, granted, it's a surprise. Granted, it's a little left field, but it's like, why are people getting attacked for being that way? Let's say they both are.
Well, in my opinion, I feel like under the circumstances, because we're not talking about their sexuality.
But people were.
You are.
Yeah, but I'm talking about to the people who were. I had an issue with that because like the allegations of what they were doing, and that's like the sliminess of like, you know what, I don't know.
One thing a man is always gonna do is find a way to be, I don't know if I said that. That's supposed to be CBJ. Oh, another man.
But it's just like, it's a lot. But I just did not like how people were like coming at their like sexuality. It's like, even if they are, that's their business. Now, the other stuff, like the crime and the you know, y'all know, that stuff is not okay. But like people trying to come for their sexuality is not cool. And
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Honestly,
why is it like, I get why it's a shock, but it's also
they
like,
play and like what they put out.
I don't think he ever portrayed that he was a
it's
super
like,
straight
you
man.
could be gangster, you could be bi or gay, or like that would mean nothing.
But then it's kind of like they want to put on this tough act after all of this come out. Like, oh,
There's
I'm not
plenty
like
of
this,
tough
that, and the third.
You ever watch The Wire? You ever watch The Wire?
Yeah.
My favorite villain in The Wire, his name is Omar. Definitely a gay man, definitely had a man.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Omar. Oh yes, oh my gosh. He's a mate. Oh my gosh. But anyway, his best character was Omar. And he played a lot of gay roles. But he was a gangster.
Yeah.
That man was robbing everybody. And didn't he have like one leg at one point? It was like, he was just wild. But that was a gay man. So you can be a gangster.
But I feel like people have like ideals of like what sexuality looks like or what it should be portrayed as. And it's like, no, that's not true. So everybody that was coming for Meek or like P. Diddy for the sexual context of it, that is wrong, you know. But all the other stuff that she about to get into, that is not okay.
But that's the thing though. When I said like it's what they put out, all of that is coming out or whatever, but then they want to sit there and be I'm not this way, I'm not that way. I mean, if there is evidence, just accept it at this point. Because it's kind of like, what are you lying for?
Just be who you are, but all the slimy, weird activity, let's cut that out.
And if you want to get on that, homophobia really comes on. I say, in my opinion, anytime I meet a man that is slightly homophobic, I'm like, you're a little gay. And it makes you so mad. And it's okay. Any man, it's like, I feel like you're upset that you're attracted to it, and you don't know how to handle it. Like, that's my opinion.
Hot take.
Black person.
Remember in Insecure when the guy was bi and she didn't want to date him? Go.
Would you? I mean, if it's your preference, it's your preference.
Personally, I'll be honest. I don't know
I'm
if
sorry.
I could. I personally don't know if I could because
Why?
It's already.
I have nothing against anybody being what they want to be and who they want to be with, but I am straight. I just like men. So I think being with someone who like both, it would kind of compromise our relationship because it's like I want to be with somebody who just wants to be with women, but specifically me. And so it's like I don't want to have to think about like you wanting to explore other things, which is fine. It's just like it's just not for me.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can do it. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You just gotta find somebody who's comfortable with you being that way. You know?
Honestly, no, I don't think so.
But it made me think of that question because she was in the show like she was really bothered by it because she couldn't like understand it. But it's just like that's just not the man for you. Like, but just go find a different man. But I didn't like in the show she was kind of like trying to label him and it's like, oh, he's just gay. Like, and it's like, he tried it, he didn't like it. That's what
I definitely hate that.
He
I
tried
definitely
it,
hate
he
when
didn't
you
like
box
it,
men into
and
that.
he never did it again. And she just couldn't
fathom
that.
yeah.
In that situation,
Yeah,
like,
I remember.
would you be able, like, if they did it once and they were like, they didn't like it and they know now, would that be different? Like, they're not
Yeah,
fine.
no. I feel like because I feel like everyone should have the opportunity to explore their sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, women get the opportunity and they get, judged for it less. But when a man does it, demasculized,
It's
yeah,
like a
like
crime.
it sucks like that. I think
It's
that's
like a
actually
crime.
disgusting.
Like,
And I really hate the box that we put black men in, but I feel like that's a whole different.
That's a whole.
That's a whole different. Because I could go on
Next
for
episode.
days
Yeah.
about how we really and like sometimes like women be like, why do men do this? Why are like the black men are so hyper masculine? I'm like, because y'all made them that way. Like there are so many men that so much black men that I meet who do not know how to be emotional, who are not emotionally evolved, or like it's really sad, or they just feel like certain things and shit. That's gay. That's gay. I'm like, damn, your life is boring as fuck. You don't know how it feels. How it feels to just be you and find yourself and experience it. You don't gotta be gay to want to feel good and look nice.
Can we talk about pause?
Get your nails done.
Can we talk about pause?
Pause. Hey, yo, pause, because I don't pause everything.
We pause everything, but
I have gay friends that say pause.
So do you think the pause is just like a?
I think it's just a New York thing,
like,
because I have gay friends that be like, pause.
Pause. Like everybody just said that.
I remember.
Pause. No, I say pause. Or I say ayo.
Ayo.
Like, I
Ayo.
be like ayo. But it's not like homophobic thing. It's really just like a New York play. It's just like a funny like joke. That,
And I think with us is either pause, like ayo, or that's what she said. Like we're just.
That's
I don't say none of that.
You do be saying pause.
I
you
really
say
don't.
pause.
I mean,
You
what I
say
be saying, I
pause.
mostly be like, whoa. Like, nah, no way. Like, whoa. I mostly
Now,
say
I'm gonna
pause.
give you a look like.
Like, yeah, okay, I would do that, but I don't
Okay.
really say pause like that.
Pause.
Where did that even come from?
Who knows?
That's so funny.
Yo, New York
We should have a series where we talk about New York City slang because a lot of it is confusing.
It's changing
Yo,
so much.
yeah.
Like I don't even know. I'm not
Which
even
one?
up to date anymore as to like what's happening.
We trying to ask my brother what they call dubbing now. He's like, "What's dubbing?"
Nah, there ain't no
You
way.
don't even
I
know.
was like, "What do y'all call dancing?" He was like,
Do they even dance anymore?
"I have no clue."
Remember the
I
house
wonder if they
parties?
just hit their hips at every party. Like,
Yo, apparently there's a new slang. I think it's like a substitute for like hope. They'd be like, yeah, she's a leg.
I heard like, but I
What is that, bro?
She's a
When?
leg. A leg?
Yes. What does that even
What does that
mean?
What is
Like
the correlation?
to a hoe. She's a leg. What does that mean?
She's a leg. I'm really trying to understand. I feel like people just be making anything up, and if it's thick, it's thick, and they just
Yeah.
roll with it. Because that don't even make no sense to me. She's a
Bro,
leg.
my thing is, we not even old. And
We're
it's kinda
not.
yeah, I feel
What
like
is
at
this
least
new
we
school
had
slang,
like,
bro?
the valid ones. Like our generation was dead ass. You're welcome. Was it us like our generation that really made
A lot of the good slang came
yeah,
about that.
like,
Mhm.
and it's only thing, and in New York, sometimes you only understand it, like, you have to be from New York to understand what it means.
Yeah.
Because I realized, I remember when I did visit home, niggas did not know what I was talking about. Like, what? It's brick, bro. It's brick as fuck. Yo, I'm mad happy. Huh? Like, it's just certain
mad and
things.
happy at the same time. This means I'm like extremely excited. But damn, like
Yeah, but I feel like every place has their slang. Like everywhere you go, they have like their certain dialect that is like native to them. So where like if we went over there and they started talking, we would have been like, "What are you guys talking about?"
yo, down south people, I swear they be speaking another language.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you say? What do you say?
I can't even, I remember like a couple, but I remember Jit for sure, because that's what they used to call me.
Is that
What?
Florida?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
How was that?
It's like a.
It's like, is it like a little homie or something?
Yeah, but I mean, they usually call kids that.
Um,
But if you small, that's like, I feel like that's kind of a way of saying, I'm not gonna lie.
Shit.
Yeah.
Alright. We got completely sidetracked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're supposed to
you
talk
did.
about so Diddy.
Not this being 73 pages.
No, but
That's
where should I start?
That's okay.
Who made
What
that
really
document?
gets me is, okay, Diddy, I feel like it's one thing for you to do all that you're doing on your end, but you are also a father, and I always used to wonder, like, I wonder if his son is involved in like the stuff.
I don't think so.
Come, girl, you don't think so?
I think so.
I think
Yes.
people around him like
Justin
involved in
Combs,
it.
yes. Shawty man. Diddy covered it up, but it came out.
He shot somebody?
Yeah, the guy was bleeding and all that.
Weren't they like in the bathroom or something?
Yeah. So he shot someone. No, they were at a studio session or something like that. He shot someone.
Did they go to like the bathroom or the studio or something?
Yeah. So like you got and you know he had got arrested not too long ago. They had and then Diddy with the underage sex workers too. I'm like,
that's L1.
What is it with y'all?
Man.
I feel like y'all have so much money. Y'all have so much money. Why do y'all keep going off after these young girls? Like, I know there have to be sex workers that are of age. There has to be.
Why have sex
It's like
workers?
a fetish.
Why y'all have sex
Some people
workers?
are really like, I don't know.
It's like, I don't know. And then, when I saw Carisha with Diddy at first, I was like, that's not gonna end well.
I never liked it personally.
I'm like, it just gave me a weird vibe. Like, anytime someone dated Diddy, it just gave weird vibes. Like, he really gives me, like, predator vibes. Also, like, just, like, his history in general with everything that's happened, like, surrounding people's deaths. Like, he even outed himself. Like, in this document, they solved the case of a shooting that happened, I think it was in 1996, because he confessed to bragging, yeah, I shot the club up. And then he said he's saying it to this guy who he's basically trying to have sex with this man, this boy, basically who he proved so much with this. He's just like, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's getting violent and aggressive. Then he confesses to a crime that he did. He shoots up this club, he names the club. The guy recants it in this statement. The girl sees it, the victim, who had, I think she lost an eye or something, or I don't know. I don't remember what happened, but the victim sees it and she goes, I have been telling niggas for years that Diddy shot me and they did not believe me. She said, look at the documents, they covered it up. Diddy.
How do you imagine some man that would have sex with you? That's crazy.
So it's probably a power like dynamic. I feel like when you have like a certain like amount of money and like power and like you just feel like you're entitled to everything and it makes you a really like sick person. And I feel like
yes, but I'm gonna say this. So that's like my next question. Do you feel like a lot of men are like this in the industry? Like, do you like how they're saying that they have basically, I guess it's kind of a form of hazing where they have to have like sex or receive penetration in order to like, it's like you demasculize the man. I don't know, it's just so much and it's just like, what really be happening in those rooms?
I don't want to know.
It's Diddy and his peoples.
I feel like, I don't know, you've always heard like stories about the industry and like until you get to that place you honestly really don't know what happened.
Right.
But it's like, I think that's also why a lot of people don't want to be in it because it's like once you get to a point it's like you start to see it and you're like you either have a choice. It's like, do I want to be in this and have to partake in the things that are happening, or do I leave and like leave all the money and the fame? So I think a lot of people be conflicted, and it really is like a thing where you have to like have a moment with yourself and be like, what do I want to do? Now a lot of people go the other route, like just I'm gonna just take it because I want the money, I want the fame, I want whatever. And then there are people who like get in it, but then they realize like they don't want to do it anymore and they try to get out. And then I feel like it's hard for them to get out once they've like been in it. It really is like, it's a crazy thing and I would never want to experience it or even be around it. Like I remember there was an interview, I think with Denzel, when he talked about like leaving parties early. Like he had told another celebrity like leave the party before like the devil comes or something. It was like a phrase, but I think he meant like don't stay around things for too long. And that's just in general, celebrity status or not. There are certain places where after a certain time you need to go home. Like you need to leave. There are certain places where it's like, all right, it's this time, let's go. Like, and that's just across the board in general. But obviously, like on that stature, it's more intense. But yeah, like. Sometimes you just gotta go home. You just gotta leave. You just gotta like not involve yourself. And like I know that might be hard for some people, but it's like
I'm good for saying I want to go home.
Nowadays, well, I just stay home.
Yeah, I mean, Right now, past.
But I do want everybody who did wrongdoing to get their day, because you shouldn't be allowed to like do stuff and hurt people and get away with it. Like that's just not okay. So your day is coming, because everything that's done in the dark will come to light. And so yeah, all this stuff that's coming out, like it's due time. Like it's due time for it. And yeah.
That's madness. Like underage sex. The whole them
It's like,
men
even with
all
that.
men thing. I really don't care for that. But the underage sex workers is
People
wild.
are-
That's nasty.
It's like weird, and I think it poses like the question of like, some people wonder like, are you made into like, and I'm just gonna say evil person, are people made into evil people, or is that always like something that's in them? Like that's a question that people have. Like, is it something that's always in you, or is it something that you grow to be? And I'm like, I don't know, because I feel like a lot of people trickle the line of like good and bad. Like even us as like human beings, like not to that extent, but like I feel like we all have this thin line of like good is over here, bad is over here, and sometimes we be in the middle. And I personally don't think it takes much for people to hop to the other side.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, if you're in a situation where you might be on the line, but you're around environments that are making you go to more of an evil, bad side, and it's growing, and once you start to involve yourself in something, it's really hard to get out of, whether good or bad. That's why they say like if you practice good habits, eventually like it'll become routine. And I think if you practice bad habits, it will become routine, you know? So I think it's grown. Like I don't think anyone is just born like an evil person.
I definitely don't
it-
think
yeah.
anyone is born an evil person. I definitely do think that you are a product of your environment, and I would stress that to the field and back. Like, I know people that, you see, because like when you were talking about, are they in these environments where they are choosing to be bad? I feel like when I am and being tested between good or bad, the voice I hear in my head is my mother. Like, now you know what, like you know that's not right. Like, or like you know that's not the right thing to do, or like help this person, or like I feel like my mom's head is, I feel like, I don't want to say she was like really strict, but my mom was very how you say, sheltered. Like she sheltered me a lot, and like tried to protect me from everything. So everything that I go into, I kind of do question. Even like temptation, I'm like, I want to do it, but I think about the outcomes, and if the outcomes really outweigh the pros, I'm like, it's not for me. I'm like, or my mom, what would my mom say? She'd probably be like, you're gonna die. And I'm like, you're right. Not
No, sometimes you gotta get deep like
Nah,
that.
my mom, I feel like my mom was very intense when it came to scaring me.
That was
To
About
do
things.
things. Like,
That was my mom with like
Yeah.
piercings and like hair.
no,
My mom always used to tell me if I got a piercing or I got
the tattoo.
my hair, and she's like, "Oh, it's gonna fall off." And I'm like, "Mom, no, it's not." But I feel like sometimes parents just like they just go to the most
Makes sense.
extreme, and
When it
it's
came
like.
to the sex, it was STDs,
But that's valid.
pregnant.
That's valid.
It was everything, but it was just like, this is what happens.
No.
You can catch this and you can get pregnant. And
But
you
she
don't
right
want
though. In that regard, she was right. You
Yeah.
know, all those things are very much possible.
My mom, my parents, period, that really didn't do any of that to me.
Really?
But
Like, the
they just let you be a
conversations.
free bird.
I guess it's right. So when I was
Don't go
younger,
to drugs with my mom.
okay, I think that's the only thing.
Yeah, because
But-
my mom be like, she thinks anybody and everybody is trying to waste you.
No, nowadays,
Yeah.
just side note, be
They
careful
do.
because, well, we obviously don't do drugs, but I've heard a lot of situations of people like lacing drugs, even like little things like people want to do like, what is it, like acid or like LSD or
Oh,
whatever.
ma'am.
I'm just not worth it. Like I get the high or whatever y'all be saying is magical, whatever, but it's not worth your life. And there are people who are dying because they're trying these things that they think are like not harmful to
For a
them.
temporary high, it's
temporary-
not even fucking
it's not
worth
worth it.
I will never forget this boy. I knew it, like I knew of him, or maybe I didn't know him, I don't remember. But my mom definitely knew him. She knew his mom or something like that. He fucking got laced. We saw him a couple years later. He got laced, we saw like his deterioration a little bit. a completely different person, can barely talk like in straight sentences. Mind you, he used to be so fucking cute, right? We see him. I remember we were in Woodhall. I don't remember why we were in Woodhall. We ran into him.
No. Worse. You saw the hospital.
Fiend out, one shoe missing, just a completely different person, and it's really sad. So it's not fucking worth it.
Yeah, that's not.
You said what are you talking about the hospital?
Woodhall Hospital, yeah, we was at
He
Woodhall
went to
Hospital.
the wrong place.
No, I think he just went through this, like, you know how some like people, like homeless people go to Woodhall just like for beds sometimes.
Oh,
So I think
I'm
that's
about
what
to
it
say.
was, like he was just sleeping in there, because I think it was cold. But my mom was like, she was like, you remember him? And I was looking at him and I was like, that's sad. But that's why.
No, I was like a pure-hearted child. I never really had those kind of conversations with my mom. So
I think it was just like a, but like
I think she was just trying to
warn me. Like even with my brother, I'd be like, I definitely don't think my brother would participate in anything, but I still just be letting him know. Like I feel like I have to have conversations with him. Like when I found out the National Guard was gonna be stopping and looking at people's bags, I'm like, okay, young black boy, you know, be responsible. I'm like, I know how kids be getting. I know y'all like to, you know, wilding out. That's the thing. I'm mad over saying wilding out. I know y'all like to wild out after school. Chill out, relax. I said, don't do none of that. I'm like, you need to relax. I'm like, cops don't play. They don't care. They do not care. Yes, I said, you think, I'm like, you think he's not gonna hit you because you're a kid? I saw kids get beat up from black cops. NYPD, K.
They don't care. They do not care.
Yo, NYPD is crazy.
Yo, talking about it, I've been waiting for truancy to stop.
Yo, truancy, what happened to truancy?
No, for real.
I don't even think truancy is like even a thing anymore. Truancy,
I want them
that
to
was a fun. Cause me personally, I never skipped school.
I did.
I don't think I skipped.
You said you did?
Sure enough.
I never skipped school long before watching this.
No, when they had scanning.
But that was
that's not skipping. That's not
right.
skipping. That's you're going to school.
Actually,
We just went late.
You're right. I never did skip school.
I don't, and then I left. I told the security guard, okay, I'm a grown adult, so she cannot get in trouble for this, Miss Briggs. I love you. I was having a horrible hair day. Remember when I came to school with the Star Wars wig? And I asked Ray Warren. I know the person that asked if I look stupid is Ray Warren. Because people be like, it's not that bad. I said, Ray Warren, do you like my hair? He said, I called my mom. I said, I have to come home.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest.
My mom literally put a perm in my hair. That is the day she put a perm in my hair. Because she was like, oh, we're not doing this. She's like, I thought you was a nice wig. It was not a nice wig. And I told you when you took it out the pack. Why would she throw it on my head and send me to school?
Parents really be setting you up. Like, parents will put you in the most ridiculous outfit.
He really thought she
and be like, oh, you look great. And you look back and you're like, bro, I look crazy.
It was like a flat thing. It was, and I think it was a little reddish. She did me dirty. I was so mad.
Stop putting the wigs on your kids. I'm sorry.
Yo,
I see these two girls. How we look?
Yeah.
We
Well,
should
I
do an
can't say
episode
y'all.
where we like
But
pull
the
up
way I
our
look,
My boyfriend was looking at our yearbook and he called us chopped up.
he chopped now. What are you talking about? He chopped now.
First of all, we were not chopped. We were not chopped. Okay, we were teenagers just, finding ourselves. I don't think we looked that bad.
I was cooked.
We should do an episode where
I
we
was
look our
cooked.
yearbook.
Yeah, we should.
That would be or like old high school pictures. That would be funny. No, we did look a little rough. But you didn't have to say all that. You didn't have to say all that. But never mind. I'm literally picturing your picture right now. I can see it. You have the cornrows.
Yeah,
Right?
we don't have the cornrows. But we will always have like a straight face. I saw a video I saw a picture of us in high school where we were all trying to take like when you jump up in the air and then you like capture it like in the air. We was doing this. Why was we going to in our picture? He didn't move, but he did not participate. He just sat there with a straight face like this the whole time. And I'm like,
that is me.
Raymond literally
why would you
just not participate in it?
I'm not doing this.
If he doesn't want to do it,
I'm a troll y'all while I'm doing it though.
That's a fact. If I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it.
I really hate that. I'll be like, we be trying to
Trying
get
to force
on to do stuff,
yo.
and he be like, I don't want to do it. And
He's
it be
so
nice
stubborn.
fun stuff to do. I'll be like, oh, we should all dress up in costumes for Halloween. I don't want to do it.
I don't like that.
I don't like it. I don't want to do it. Like, come on, just be a part of it.
And then how many friends have 3? Like, there's so many 3 friends that we could literally like do for Halloween, but Raywan never wants to participate and be a 3rd.
Never. We should dress up for Halloween.
So let's be one.
I'm
Let's be
down.
a
I want to be something weird.
A word? How would we be a word?
You mean we can all look like ones?
Why would we be a word?
We want to be the words from Men in Black.
Those things are bad ugly.
You thought they were ugly?
You thought they was cute?
I thought they were a little adorable. They were funny. I don't know. It's all about the personality.
Aww. I can't follow up the personality. Those things were shot. I'm ready to move.
Okay. Yo.
Wait, are you still going on Diddy or do you
Nah, Diddy just stop being Diddy.
I hate yourself. Just stop being yourself.
These people won.
Okay. The next topic was, why is everything a joke to us? And I wanted to talk about this because I feel like personally, especially within the Black community, I love how we can like make a moment funny or like humorize it. But then there are also some things where it's like, this is not supposed to be a joke. Like, this is just not supposed to be funny. And I hate it because like, I do love like the entertainment. But also at the same time, I feel like this is not a joke. And what made me think about that is, y'all ever saw the video where it's like a snippet and it's like from the Kelly Rowland song Dirty Laundry. And it's like, meanwhile, this nigga put his hands on me. And like everybody is like throwing themselves, but then the comment will be like, when I tell my girlfriend something and like she's like now hitting him and throwing him. And the reason why it made me think about that is because that song is about her being like abused in a domestic violence situation. Why did we turn it into like a funny joke to be on TikTok? And it's like, they do be funny, some of the videos. I'm not gonna hold you. But it had me thinking like, there are so many things where it's like, this is not funny. Like, this is not supposed to be a joke. And I feel like we just make everything so humorous. And sometimes we have to stop.
Yeah.
Yo, nah, honestly, it's bad. And I also feel like, but with us, I feel like we have a different kind of dark humor too. So ours is a little bad. We laugh at things we should not ever laugh at.
Yo.
Do not do it in our face. I mean, immediately I'll apologize. And then sometimes I don't even know if I'm laughing because I'm nervous. Like, that's another thing. But we do make a lot of things like comedic, but I feel like maybe that's like a way of us like dealing with it, like you know, coping with things. Like it is a coping mechanism, especially in like the Black community. We laugh and we have a crackhead in the family, but that make it funny. I don't have a crackhead in the family. I'm just saying, like a lot of families, they'll be like, "That's my crackhead cousin." You know, like they say that nigga brought my uncle in last week, but they're laughing while like saying it. And you be like, "I am so sorry that happened," you know. But then with us, we get why they're laughing because everybody got a crackhead cousin. Maybe, I don't know.
Everybody got like a dysfunctional family.
Yeah, like it's always like somebody in the family. But then it's also, I think that's the beauty of it. You get to laugh at it. Like we don't have to make every painful experience feel like that all the time. Like we can make light of it. I feel like sometimes you just don't have to know when to stop.
Yeah, sometimes we don't. And that's the point I was making. Like I think sometimes.
What is the situation in which we were being inappropriate and we should not have laughed? I feel like there's multiple.
There are definitely multiple.
I can't think of any. I laugh for everything though.
I really shouldn't think.
Recently, well, I can say it wasn't with us, and I felt bad for laughing because I didn't ask her. Okay, so my boyfriend called me. He's like, somebody drowned in the river, right? Off rip. I'm like, that's so random, right? So I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. Yes, you see, like shock value also makes me laugh. Lead up to it, you know? So it's like, somebody drowned in the river. I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? And then in my head, I'm like, because I'm thinking they found it. In my head, I'm like, I know that's going to be a crazy story to tell them at work the next day. Like, I feel like, And it's like they didn't find her. You see? And now
And that's what I'm talking about. And that just reminded me. I was watching something where like someone was talking about the way they was taught to swim. And like I don't know if this is multiple people experience. Like I know how to swim. Shout out to the YMCA. Like they had me in there. But like a lot of people, parents or whoever, will just throw their kids in water to teach them how to swim. And so this person was talking about it. And I was like, I've heard this multiple times before, of like people just getting pushed in water to learn how to swim. And I'm like, that's actually really traumatic because you could have drowned and you could have died. But they started like making it like funny. But I was like, that's not funny, low key. Like you literally could have died. But it's like we have so many traumatic experiences that we just learn how to make like humorous or make light of it. And it's like sometimes no, we gotta be serious because it's like that was actually a serious situation. Like someone ever tell you something that's serious, but they just like laugh it off, and you kind of like,
are you okay?
Are you okay? Yeah, like do you want to hug? Like do you want to like?
They that's not that deep.
Yeah, like it's not that serious. It's like, and I just feel like the Black community, we do that very often. So I just want it to be like sometimes let's take it a little serious. Like
let's unpack it a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
And I do be doing that. I've asked a little bit more questions. I'm like, oh, okay.
Like, are you okay? Like,
our room is definitely different from other stuff.
Yeah, it is. But it do be funny. Like, I'm not gonna like it be funny, but then also you be having like the moral compass of like, damn, this is actually.
You know, I think our humor is actually funny. Like it be like other, white people just saying that it's been a few. They're like, yeah, and she put lettuce and tomatoes on it.
Listen, okay.
How is that funny?
Hobby
That's not funny.
Me and my boyfriend love to eavesdrop on people's conversations, but specifically with white women. Bro. Sometimes you can get tea, like it be spicy. But sometimes it be like the most boring conversation ever, but they can talk about absolutely nothing and laugh at absolutely nothing. And I'd be like, yo,
what?
It must be so easy being, I don't know, it's just like, it's boring. It's no flavor. It's no, cause like when we talk, we're extra like, I know you lying, that's crazy. Or like, it was just like, wow.
Like, she had roasted chicken with her salad.
Oh my gosh. Chicken?
Yo, for real. It's like, what are y'all talking about? Like, what are you really talking about? How does that have to help anybody? Like, okay, she had chicken.
The humor difference is there's definitely a difference between them. And that's like all across the board. Like, there are certain things that I hear people even talk about. And I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand it. And there's probably things that I talk about and people are like, oh, I just don't get it. Like, I just don't understand. But it just be funny because.
Damn. That's interesting.
It's interesting for sure.
I'm trying to think of like something that happened to us, like a situation we were in, and we were like shouldn't have laughed. Like I feel like there's just too many.
It's probably like maybe somebody like fell or something.
I've fell and it's been like traumatic experiences. The most traumatic, it wasn't Halloween. I think it was homecoming we went to LIU. It was homecoming at LIU. So like the whole school is there. They randomly choose me for this raffle. I'm so shocked, but I'm hyped at the same time. I fell down. I don't even remember falling down, but everybody is like, and you know what's crazy? I fell down so much, the fact that I didn't remember falling in front of the entire
Like you fell
school.
down the bleachers?
No, I think I tripped walking onto like the court in front of the whole school, and I heard like a collective ah. And I just got back. I was like, it's lit. They chose me. Everybody was laughing after about me falling, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta laugh things off. Like sometimes you gotta laugh at yourself. Like I don't like strict people. If you're super strict, like you can't laugh at nothing. Like it's just strict all the time. We don't need to be around each other because it's like sometimes things are funny and sometimes you do have to be able to like laugh at yourself. Like I think I experienced that definitely in dating people. Like I'm very weird. I'm very random, and so it's like if you're not able to engage, like I remember I was telling somebody I was dating I laugh at myself. I'm sorry. If I say a funny joke, I'm gonna be weak.
Yeah.
And so like I just kept on laughing, and they were like, "It's really not even that funny." And that turned me off so bad because it's like you can't even have a moment with me. Like they were just so strict, and it's like it's not that serious. Like lighten up. Like
Yeah, I hate that. Like, if you, like if you can't be goofy or just lighthearted, then it's like, what
what are we doing?
who peed in your cereal?
Is that free?
Yes.
Yeah,
sir.
peed in your cereal. I forgot where I heard it from. It's really old, but the first time I heard it, I was like, I just kept saying it. Like, did somebody piss in your cereal? I'm like, that'll piss me off.
Yeah, I'm like, because that would like get me tense.
Because why would you pee, but why cereal?
I have a question. Like, why do people think when something tastes good? I don't know if it's just a Caribbean thing, but they be like, nah, she put her foot in this. Like, why?
I mean, she really got to it.
But why is it that though? Because if somebody in real life put their foot in their mouth, I would be vexed. I would be tight. I would be pissed.
What if you walked in on someone putting their foot in the pot?
I'm real life
They
fighting.
was like, oh, that's a secret ingredient.
I would throw.
And you know
up.
what?
Are you
Not for
kidding
nothing,
me?
that's my worst fear. And that's why I kind of don't like being out. Because I don't know what people are doing to my food. And like, I can't
That's
tell.
why people low
I
money
can't tell.
and you don't respect the service. Because I'm like, these people are literally making your food. Like, why are you being nasty?
Okay.
Why are you
I've
being
heard
nasty?
this girl I used to work with, she told me a story about how she worked at this restaurant and the people was being rude and the other waiter spit in her drink, the people's drink,
That's mad.
squished it up and gave it to them. And I said,
I feel like in any sense, I'm sorry. I cannot be that angry to ever do that.
yeah, I
So
can
That's
never do
bad.
I'm
that.
sorry.
But I don't know
That's
these
disgusting.
people.
But
Girl,
no.
God is watching you, sis. I'm good.
Yes.
I'm good on that.
I don't care what nobody do to you. You should not do
Yeah,
that.
nah.
And now you're also pussy for that too. Because if you was that's just disgusting.
No, but
Yeah.
people do that, and that's like my worst thing. That's why, like, I do like eating out, but then also it's always in the back of my mind, like, I really don't know what these people are doing to my food.
That's why I like with those kitchens that are open.
Open kitchen.
Yeah, and I don't be like wanting to watch too hard, but I like watching.
No, I be watching.
I be sometimes watching because it looks cool. I be like,
Yeah.
but I be feeling like they think I'm rushing them, so I be like, let me not look too hard.
Yeah.
Cause they fuck
I
you
like
up.
to admire it. Like, I like to watch people cook. Like, it really is an art.
Yo, wait, he probably spitting out chicken yesterday. Because the way we look at
We went to this place yesterday, and when I tell you, they
Yo.
gave us the smallest wings. Like, no lie, it was the size of my thumb. Like, he brought it over. He got a 6-piece. He brought it literally looked like nuggets. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He brought them down. We looked at it like, this is it.
Yeah, they were pretty small.
They were so tight. Those were not, what you said, they were chicks, not chickens.
Yo, yes. I started getting worse. I hate chicks.
But they got free wings after that because
I think he felt like he saw how we looked at those wings and he was like, all right, I'm gonna bring them some more. Because then, like, after we started eating them, he was like, oh, they made a mistake and they ate, like, they made another one. Do you guys want it? And we were like, yeah. But I felt like he saw how we looked.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
bro, these
Because
are
if
not
they really
made.
made two, he would have brought them at the same time.
Yeah, I'm like,
why
that's,
why is it like you bring it like minutes afterwards?
yeah, that was super weird. But those was not chicken.
Yeah, I don't know. Yo.
And they look kind of weird. Honestly, there was probably something wrong with them. I'm not even wrong.
They tasted alright to me.
They weren't bad,
They weren't
but
bad.
when chickens are too small and when they're too big, I get questionable.
I don't like
Like
really big
BBQ
chicken.
BBQ.
Hold on now.
Wait, child, you said no more?
I said, hold on now.
Oh, you said
You know, wait, hold on. You
I
know, I love this.
sticky
This is
with
actually
it.
the first time I've been a little tired of BBQs. I'm not gonna lie.
My thing is, BBQ's chicken is as big as me. I don't get it. It's hella rolling. Why is their wingspan as long as my arm?
They are big.
They be thick.
My nigga, they serve an eagle. I don't care what you tell me.
Yo, to this day, it took me 2 days to finish the 5-piece wings. Don't get the tenders.
Yo.
Me and Raven always get the wings and the Rocky tempura
That's the
That's
go-to. That's good.
and the nice pina colada.
I get the broccoli tempura and boneless wings.
Yeah, no, Raven
I don't
likes
like the
the
boneless.
The boneless is like a hit or miss for me.
I do not like bone in.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I heard I don't like boning.
Yo.
I was about to say, could it be me? I'm not.
Okay. But yeah, I don't like
Oh,
what you mean? I don't like the wing.
A virgin is sitting right here.
One day we should wear like virginity rocks.
Sweaters.
We should
We
get, you
bought-
gotta get one.
It's a virginity rock sweater.
We both have.
We bought this sweater one year. It was like 5 years ago, but it says virginity rocks. And I used to wear it, but like, it was just, of course, like just trolling. Like, and so what if I am a virgin or not? Like, why are you questioning it? But people used to really question it. Like, say I would wear it outside. They'd be like, haha. Men especially, they'd be like, you're not really a virgin. I used to be like, get out of my face. I'd be like, what are you talking about? I am a virgin. I remember I used to argue back like, I am a virgin. I never had sex a day in my life. And this
Your
is my
mother's not a
body.
virgin.
What's wrong with being a virgin?
I
Like,
think
let's
there's anything
discuss
wrong.
that. Like, especially as an older, like the older you get, I feel like if you're a virgin, it becomes more of like, oh, why are you a virgin? But what's wrong? What's wrong with saving yourself for the right person, or, you know, whatever the case may be?
What it is for if a man is a virgin, it's kind of like he don't get,
Really?
he don't get vagina. I'm like, yo, what?
Maybe he's just saving himself. Maybe he just wants the right person. Not everybody just wants to give their body. Like, that's a really sacred thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like people just like take it as like, oh, you haven't had sex yet? Like, what's wrong with you? And it's like, there's nothing wrong with me. Like, I want more of an intimate connection than just somebody to be physical with. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that, especially with young people. Like, there's nothing wrong with waiting to have sex. Like, you're not rushing to get the camera to stop.
It's done.
Yeah.
And we're back. Sorry about that. We had a brief interruption, but
But yeah, we were just talking about like virginity and basically like don't be ashamed to be a virgin. Like there is nothing that you're missing out on. Wait till you meet somebody who is worth giving your body to, because a lot of times, especially when you're younger, you realize these guys or girls or whoever you're having sex with, it's not worth it. Like I feel like personally, sex is such an intimate thing that you should want to share that with someone that you know.
love and you're comfortable with, and they cherish you and you cherish them. It's very important who you share yourself with. So definitely, lock your goodies up, especially young girls. I don't want to make you not feel like. I feel like it is okay to be liberated. I love that. The girls now are like they are gonna be like the new feminists, because like they're just running stuff right now. But also just cherish yourself. Like remember that their energy transfers first and foremost, and your body is a temple. So
Yes. And I love what they're saying, but like most of the time, it's trash.
what?
Your
What?
first time.
Oh, I
Most of
thought
the time.
you was talking about bodies.
No.
He said, okay.
Most of the time, it is garbage.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
Wait till you get older, you can explore your body, learn your body.
With
like,
a
you're so
person that
young.
you love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody you're willing to give it to.
Yeah.
Don't be garbage, I promise.
My God.
And then,
I'm sorry.
and then we're gonna wrap up with manifestations and what is it? Manifestations and what?
Wait, I thought we were gonna do
That's what you're gonna
Yeah, because the manifestation was going off about like.
Oh, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should do.
Oh, just who cares who's watching?
Just
Okay.
do it.
I wanted to put this on here because we're doing something new. Like we've talked about doing this podcast for a while and we just started doing it. And I feel like for me personally, I was always nervous about how it was going to be received and like what people were going to think. And like just in general, as I embark on other creative things, like I constantly am consumed with the idea of like other people's opinions. And it's like at the end of the day, who cares? Like who cares who's watching you? Just do it. And at the end of the day, like you want people to watch, like you want people to see what you're doing, because that's how you're gonna get along. And I know sometimes it's really hard because you're just like always in your head. Well, I'm always in my head, so I'm always just wondering like about every little thing and like how things are gonna be perceived. And it's like if I'm doing something that I want to do, that I love, that I'm passionate about, who cares who's watching? Like I want people to watch, and I want to be able to just do things and do them scared and not have to worry or think about the outcome or like the negativity aspect of it. It's just like, just do it. Just go.
Just do it. I agree. I feel like I like to test like the waters a lot. So I think my biggest thing is like being scared of things. So like I'm trying not to be afraid of it. But I will never care what another person thinks about me. I think that is actually my favorite thing about myself. And that's why it's so easy to just be myself and be weird and dress how I want and, like just experiment and like I think for like 6 years straight I had silver hair. Why? Do not
I
know
love
why.
that era.
Like,
You should bring it up.
Everybody wants me to, but I'm like, I
You should.
cannot walk into the office with like
Yes,
platinum
you
or
can.
gray
Why
hair,
Yeah,
just
who
wearing
cares?
them. But I definitely always encourage people to just be yourself because when you're yourself and you don't care what people think, you will get further, you will evolve further, you will feel better. Other people's opinions will not bother you. You have other people who cannot do one thing without somebody else giving them an opinion. I sometimes will ask an opinion and do the complete opposite. Wait. I'll be like, I'm not gonna do that. I just want to get like a different perspective, but I think always just do it. Like test the waters. Because and then I feel like if you're in New York, you're in the perfect place. You're surrounded by weirdos, you're surrounded by creators, you're surrounded by people who are just doing it. Like just waking up and creating art, just waking up and like just doing it. Like don't be afraid. And I'm that's why I'm like so happy that we actually like made the step and we just fucking did it. And it's been great so far. Like we said, we've been getting like a lot of great feedback from the viewers, and also thank you guys for watching. Like every time someone's like, "Yeah, watch your podcast," I don't take it lightly. My heart literally drops when you say that. I mean, like you're watching. Thank you.
I'd be so excited. Cause it's like y'all don't have to watch. Like
y'all really don't. Like, but the fact that you are,
we really
a lot. So
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
For me, I don't care what people think about me. I think what it is for me is I care what people think I'm doing. Is what it is. You can think, oh, Ravon is gay and senator. I really don't care. But when it comes to the things that I'm doing, it's kind of like, okay, I want people to think I'm doing this, that, and that. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that's okay for me.
But also, why even care about that? I still don't be caring. Like,
Really
you ever hear a rumor about yourself and you be like, it's like you sitting outside, like you learning new information too. Like, where is this going? You be like, nah. That like, it's just certain things. Like people will always try to perceive you to be something that you're not, and I'm trying to learn that I can't get upset with the way someone else is perceiving me just because that is how they see me from the outside. I might look like one. I know sometimes I do come off as very, very intimidating because I do too much. I'm a personality. When I walk into the room, I want everybody to look at me. I'm gonna be very fucking extra and unnecessary. But I'm also very quiet sometimes at first. I'm very mad sweet, mad soft spoken, and people be so shocked. You thought I was one person, and then all you had to do was sit here and have a conversation, and now this. People are always going to perceive you. You're going to be perceived in every room that you go into. You're a black man, we're black women, we're constantly being perceived when we walk out the door. Who gives a fuck?
Who cares? Just do it. Whatever it is, whatever your thing is,
Wear
just
it.
do it.
Dye it.
Wear it, yep.
Apply for it.
Yep.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yo, I applied to a supervisor today, ain't never been a supervisor. Got the job.
Do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Listen, there was like a situation where I went to Six Flags with Chris and some of my coworkers. You were there.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And you weren't there.
That was years ago.
That was years ago. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I knew y'all years ago.
All right, I'll take that.
You must have been
take
working or something.
You know what it is also? Oh no, you weren't listening at that time. Do you know what? But yeah.
Just go. Yeah.
There was like a video of me laying down on like my now best friend's shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Like he recorded it, and I was sleeping, and people was like, "Oh, they gay, oh they're dating this and the third," and I really didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
However, I had to press the people that was talking to me.
Oh yeah.
And I pressed
do
them
men
all
not hug
that
their
way
friends? Like, do men not hug their friends? Do men not show their
let's
friends
normalize
affection?
that more.
Yeah, that's
Like
so
embrace
sad.
your homies, your friends, your brother.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
what
I
I'm
don't-
talking about all the time.
Like I don't care if y'all think, okay, I'm gay, okay, cool.
Who cares? Mind your business. Y'all be too concerned about other people's lives. Like worry about
Your
yourself.
whole life is needing to be
Whole
evaluated.
time you the one that's sucking dick.
We said the shade.
Just worry
Like,
about yourself.
bro.
Like, if it don't pertain to you, if it's not hurting you, why do you care about what other people are doing? Like, that's
Yeah.
just so odd to me. But
Because people like to focus on everyone but themselves.
worry about
Let's
yourself.
try doing that. Worry about yourself.
Worry about yourself. But yes, you know how we always
And clog your own tea before you try to clog somebody else's tea.
Yeah, please.
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 So we're gonna end it like we always do with something that we learned this week. Who wants to start?
I'll start. Something that I've learned this week is being able to say no. Being able to say no, you know, when it's needed.
I don't know. I had a week. Y'all know I had a week. I don't even really know if I learned anything.
You can say that.
I've been living in my emotion, so I had to a lot of stuff. Yeah, I don't think I learned anything. I'm sorry.
And that's
Come back to me next week.
That's completely fine. I think this week I learned that it's all gonna be okay. I feel like I've been thinking about my last day, and I think I've been forgetting also that I put in my last day at work, because I'll be at work and they'll be talking about stuff in the future, and I'll be like, oh yeah, and then I'm like, oh well, I'm actually not gonna be here, and I feel like life is happening how it's supposed to. Like nothing happens just because. It's for a reason, the good, bad, the ugly, whatever. And so just reminding myself that I'm on the path that I'm supposed to, that if I'm supposed to be at a certain place, I'll get there when I need to, and to stop overthinking and consuming myself with the thought that, oh, it's not happening right now. Like, there's a quote from somebody, and they were like, it's not a question of if, but when. And so just keep going. I think it was Divine Joy who just won her Oscar. Period. But yeah, just keep on doing your thing, and it'll happen for you when it's supposed to. And so that's what I learned this week. And that wraps up episode 4. We thank you guys for watching again. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Press that like button. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.